काम करते
ठीक है
स्टार्ट
Hello everyone. Today we'll study the impact of greenhouse gases. Okay, and this is a very interesting chapter that comes under over your climatology. See, greenhouse gases. Let us understand the first what are the greenhouse gases and how they are having impact on your on our Earth, or as a Earth as a climate. Okay, greenhouse gases and impact. Here are the some greenhouse effect. Here are seeing some greenhouse effect here. Some from the sun. Earth receives sunlight. Some sunlight that hits the earth is reflected back into the space, and while the rest becomes heat. Okay, greenhouse gases that prevent from escaping into space and warming the planet. Greenhouse gases are those gases that prevent heat from escaping into space and warming the planet. Right? So let us know, we'll come into this diagram again. Let us know. The greenhouse effect is a process that occurs when energy form a planet's, when energy forms a planet sun, goes through its atmosphere and warms the planet's surface. But the atmosphere prevents the heat from returning directly to space, resulting in a warmer planet, basically, resulting in a warmer planet. Greenhouse effect, then again I am elaborating. Greenhouse effect is a process that occurs when energy from a planet's sun goes through the atmosphere and warms the planet's surface. But the atmosphere prevents the heat from returning directly to space, resulting in a warmer planet. Okay. Next we will say a greenhouse is called, why it is called a greenhouse gas? It is warm rakuchi planet, goes to the atmosphere and warms the planet's surface. Greenhouse gases are acting like a shield agent. Here, the sunlight upare paduchi, greenhouse gases that prevent heat escaping. Just they act like just an blanket. They just act like an blanket. Okay, they just act like a blanket. Some sunlight that hits the earth is reflected back into the space, while the rest becomes heat. But the atmosphere prevents the heat from returning directly to the space, resulting in the warmer planet. Then a greenhouse gas is called that because it absorbs infrared radiations from the sun in form of heat, which is circulated in the atmosphere and eventually lost to space, basically. And it eventually lost to the space. Greenhouse gases also increase the rate at which the atmosphere can absorb shortwave radiation from the sun. Greenhouse gases, it is at which the atmosphere can absorb the shortwave radiation from the sun, but this has a much weaker effect on global temperature. ग्लोबल टेम्परेचर ऊपर गोटे बहुत वीकर इफेक्ट. Okay, the basically co माने the CO2 is released from the burning of fossil fuels is accumulating as an insulating blanket around the earth, as an insulating blanket around the earth, trapping more of the sun's heat in our atmosphere. Atmosphere trapping more heat. The CO2 means carbon dioxide gases. Then the actions carried by humans are called anthropogenic actions, and the anthropogenic action is released of CO2 when contributes to the enhanced greenhouse effect basically. बर्तमान आम देखा ग्लोबल वार्मिंग टेम्परेचर विल डिस्कस हियर. द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग टेम्परेचर, हाउ द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग इफेक्ट इज मेनली कंट्रीब्यूटेड बाय दिस ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग टेम्परेचर जो इंक्रीज होची, इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. लेट अस नो व्हिच गैसेस कॉज द ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट बेसिकली. it देखिए the contribution that a greenhouse gas makes to the greenhouse effect depends on how much heat it absorbs and how much it radiates and how much it is in the atmosphere, right? We're going to the contribution that a greenhouse gas makes to the greenhouse effect. It depends on how much heat it absorbs and how much it radiates. How much it greenhouse gas, how much it absorbs and how much it radiate back to the atmosphere. Greenhouse contribution of the greenhouse gases. Then that means if I say there is an equation, that is how much it absorbs and how much it radiates back. Okay, if we see the descending order, the gases that contributes the most of the earth greenhouse effect are water vapor, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane and ozone. What are the greenhouse gas effect? Water vapor, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane and ozone. Now we'll discuss one by one. Okay, see, if I say water vapor, that means water vapor is nothing but your H2O. Water vapor is nothing but your H2O. H2O, what are the responsible? What is? Just 1 second. Just hold on. Okay, so now we'll discuss with this water vapor. Water vapor जदि आमे देखिबा water vapor nature है, it traps the radiant heat energy or traps the heat माने एतिक बुझो that it traps the heat कले कौन होबो गरम हेले कौन फॉर्मेशन होबो steam हैला it traps the heat हैला and steam जितरे फॉर्मेशन हैला okay it traps the heat and it form the steam हैला steam is generating there. Steam in the sense steam is nothing but traps the heat. Steam means the moisture which is coupled with heat. Okay, that is called your water vapor nature ta moisture that is coupled with okay. Then see, if you see water vapor that is coupled, this is the trapping heat. This is one condition I am giving. Then if you see the CO2 देखिबा आजिका डेट रे जदि maximum में देखिबा one gas who is much more responsible for increasing the heat हैला greenhouse, increasing the temperature in the atmosphere, that is carbon dioxide mainly हैला. It is carbon dioxide जदि हमें देखिबा carbon dioxide trap heat like water vapor, greenhouse gases में goes है. Carbon dioxide जदि if we see the carbon dioxide is what is the percentage of carbon dioxide, it is 0.03%, such a minimum percent 0.03% students. Okay, बहुत जन confused होती कि एटा 0.3% or 0.003%, it is not like that one, it is 0.03% है ना, 0.03% है ना. Carbon dioxide 0.03%, ठीक है जी, 0.03% carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide if you see carbon dioxide increases heat, and today's in the process of global warming, just see in the process of global warming, when there is an increase in concentration of CO2, when there is an increase in concentration of CO2, okay, the temperature rises. That is an increase in concentration, that the temperature rises. So now in the phase of industrialization in today's modern world, the carbon dioxide has is a major role or a pollutant gas that responsible. Subsequently we'll tell this one how the carbon dioxide is making this one. Next देखिबा nitrous oxide and methane. Nitrous oxide जदि हम कहबी nitrous oxide also plays a crucial role, it is also plays a crucial role in increasing the atmospheric temperature. ठीक है, crucial role in making the atmospheric temperature. Methane, next one will be methane. Methane कथा देखिबा methane आजिका डेट रे methane, the trapping capacity, methane is also your a greenhouse gas and it also traps heat. Just it देखो and so also ozone है दो मन रख ओजोन कौन करे ओजोन जदि जदि हम देखिबा हीट आज हम आज के डेट रे व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम मेन है ओजोन मेजरली इज एन friendly gas that protects our earth atmosphere. Ozone is basically protects our earth atmosphere. Ozone basically how it from the ultraviolet UV rays. In the last class we have already studied ozone saves us. Ozone layer, ozone saves us from the deadly ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet rays ru ozone हमको help करे. In terms of amount of heat, in terms of amount of heat, these gases ozone can absorb and radiate UV rays ozone. Then in the sum, these greenhouse gases, they are the amount of heat these gases can absorb and radiate, known as global warming potential. There is a term. Just I am erasing this one. Just 1 second. There is a term that is called your global warming potential. It is known as global warming potential. Okay, global warming potential. It is known as global warming potential, where CH4 methane is 23 times more effective than N2O, and 296 time more effective than CO2. Okay, 23 times more effective than N2O, nitrous oxide, and 296 times more effective than carbon dioxide. What happened? These heat gases, they can absorb and radiate. They can absorb and radiate. Okay, this is known as your GWP, that is global warming potential. They can absorb and radiate back. They can absorb and radiate back, right? This is global warming potential. So यदि हम comparison करिबा एठी मु जो लिखुची नंबर 1 रे मिथेन को रखा है कहीं मिथेन रो जो पोटेंशियल अच्छी दैट इज मिथेन रो CH4 that is 23 times more effective 23 times more effective than CO2 and 23 times more effective than CO2. Similarly, if I took N2O माने nitrous oxide nitrous oxide जदि देखा हबो it is 296 times माने जदि हम रैंक वाइज करिवा माने प्रथम डिस्कशन टा मेथन को नै करली देन N2O से जदि मु रैंक रे रखिबी N2O द एटी मु लिखुची द N2O this is 296 times. N2O capacity is just ध्यान से सुनो 296 times more than CH4. ठीक है। Now we'll discuss another slide here. However, there is much more CO2 in the Earth atmosphere than there is a CH4 or N2O. However, there is much more CO2 in the Earth atmosphere than there is CH4 or N2O. not all these greenhouse gas that we emit to the atmosphere remains there indefinitely. Just 1 second. Here, what I mean to say this, that not, just listen carefully, not all the greenhouse gas that we emit to the atmosphere remains there indefinitely. For example, the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere and the amount of CO2 dissolved in the surface water oceans stay equilibrium because the air and the water mix well at the sea surface. For example, the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere and the amount of CO2 dissolved in the surface water of the ocean stay in equilibrium because the air and water mix well at the sea surface. When we add more CO2 to the atmosphere, a proportion of it dissolves into the oceans. There is it's a good topic to discuss. These are good parameters to discuss. What I wanted to say, jodi amar dekhiba oceans kete percent achi in the world, it is near about our ocean constitute 2/3 or let's say 70% of area globe earth ra, 70% area of earth. Same thing, if I say the land surface it is near about here 30%, let's say 30% area, 30% area of earth, oceans or land. Here we see the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, the amount of CO2 dissolved surface water, so generally देखा जाए oceans, please note it, oceans are the natural sink, oceans are the natural sink where the CO2 is getting deposited, where the CO2 is getting deposited. Where the CO2 is getting deposited. So, it will jodi जी एटा को नहीं कि हमें आगु को डिस्कशन करिबा कि पर्टिकुलर दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक. वर्तमान मैक्सिमम हमर वर्ल्ड रे जो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग होची एंड व्हाई द टेंपरेचर इज वेरी अब्रप्टली इंक्रीजिंग, इट इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ दिस CO2 एंड अदर गैसेस. हैला दिस विल स्टडी हाउ दे आर मेकिंग, ठीक अछि, हाउ दे आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग CO2, हाउ इट गिविंग एन इंपैक्ट. ओके, नेक्स्ट हमें देखिबा. If you see here, CO2 oceans are the storehouse. It means when we add more CO2 to the atmosphere, the proportion dissolves in the oceans. A proportion. ता माने एटी आउट again just एटी repeat करछि, the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere and the amount of CO2 dissolved in the surface water of the ocean stay in equilibrium रहंदे because the air and water mix well at the sea surface. sea surface रे well mix होंदे. Next we see what are the major greenhouse and their sources, where the source they come. Major greenhouse sources. Major greenhouse sources jodi hame dekhiba, the major greenhouse gas we can kept here. Major greenhouse re, that is your carbon dioxide. If you see carbon dioxide is there, major greenhouse, this is the sources where this gas mainly they come out from. Just listen carefully, this is important to know where the carbon dioxide, what are the sources. As you देखियो, here the fossil fuel combustions means your coal, oil, and natural gas. एठी मुझे जदि explicit करिबी fossil fuel combustions टा coal, oil और natural gas, coal oil natural gas को जब देखिए coal oil and natural gas या भितर मैक्सिमम आजिका डेट रे जदि ये जो कोल ऑयल फॉसिल फ्यूल्स कथा कहबी इटी गोटे नोट करनियो द ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री हैला द ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री are the automobile industry are the largest emitter. The automobile industries are the largest emitter of carbon dioxide. Okay, the automobile industries are the largest emitter of the carbon dioxide in Earth. Okay, automobile industries. Here we see, then we will see so this we can remember automobile industry. Then we will see the point of deforestation. Hala, deforestation mane use cutting down of natural forest. Use cutting down of natural forest. ठीक है जी. Actually generally कहा जाए कि forest are the natural source of, okay, forest are the natural source of natural source of where the carbon dioxide gas, okay, they absorb. Natural source where they absorb carbon dioxide gas. Generally कौन है से माने absorb करनी होती है ना. Forest are the naturally they absorbs the carbon dioxide है ना, naturally absorbs the CO2 carbon dioxide naturally है ना forest. तामाने सिंपल जदि फॉरेस्ट हमर कटा होची it will be affect in a large scale. से जो आज का डेट रे जो abrupt increase of temperature होची that is because of your carbon dioxide हैला. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बहुत मात्रा रे बढ़ी जाउची से जो मेजर केस रे वर्ल्ड रे your the temperature why it is abruptly rise because of your cutting down of huge forest areas. See the examples current जदि देखिबा last year around 18 months back there is one news, it is the Amazon forest. It is the Amazon forest in Brazil basically. Amazon forest is in Brazil. Amazon forest is majorly responsible deforestation में है ना. It is देखिए methane, ठीक है. Amazon forest Brazil. Okay, then methane देखिए this is methane. There is an enteric fermentation in cattle and insects. Biomass burning and garbage landfills. Entering fermentation in cattle and insects. Biomass burning and garbage landfills. Methane कोड बाहरुची हैला. Entering fermentation cattle और insects रे हैला. Carbon dioxide गला पर methane में कोची कोड बाहरे, that is your cattle and insects हैला. Cattle insects माने for example जदि मु कहबी particularly cattles तबे देखियो cattle house माने जोटा गुहाळा में को cattle house and insects when they die or when they are in a flock what is agar thibe, that is your methane main. Biomass burning and garbage seti bi roy. Landfills, coal mines and natural gas leak, go to coal mines and the natural gas leak. Rice field, paddy fields, rice field and the paddy fields, they are also responsible. Rice field, paddy field. Swamps and tundra, swamps au tundra. Rice field and the paddy fields, that are the storehouse of your methane. Rice field, paddy field means where the cultivation of rice, mane amaro chaso, we can say the your cultivation, particularly cultivation land, rice field. Coal mines, coal mines and natural gas leak. Coal mines, generally coal mines re suppose joti demo, suppose for example manu hochi talcher, talcher coal mines hochi huge source of, talcher ne kon hobo huge source of your coal, talcher is the huge source of your coal storage. ठीक अच्छे, यूज सोर्स ऑफ योर कोल स्टोरेज. से कौन हुए जिते कोल टाकू तुम एक्सट्राक्ट कराई जाए, कोल टाकू तुम एक्सट्राक्ट कराई जाए. आफ्टर द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ कोल, ओके, द रिमेनिंग गैस, ठीक अच्छे, द रिमेनिंग गैस है ठीक अच्छे, आर ता भितर एमंग द रिमेनिंग गैसेस, जस्ट एट मार्क को एमंग द रिमेनिंग गैसेस CH4 मीथेन इज dominant. ठीक अच्छे. बायोमास बर्निंग एंड दैट इज योर कोल माइंस और नेचुरल गैस लीक भी जो हुए से भी हुए. नेचुरल गैस लीक रू माने बड़े कौन हुए, गोटे जगह क्रैक हो जाए और से क्रैक रू तुम गैस इमिट हुए, नेचुरल गैस इमिट हुए. सेम जदि देखिबा द बायोमास बर्निंग एंड गार्बेज लैंडफिल्स, बायोमास बर्निंग एंड गार्बेज एंड लैंडफिल्स. बायोमास बर्निंग एंड गार्बेज लैंडफिल्स मेनली. स्वाम्स और तुंद्रा रे देखियो, स्वाम्स और तुंद्रा, स्वाम्स ठीक अच्छे, ठीक अच्छे. स्वाम्स जदि मैं देखिए, स्वाम्स पर्टिकुलरली swampy land, मैंने that is swampy and marshy land, ठीक है, swampy and marshy land, ठीक है, swampy and marshy land, particularly swampy and marshy land. जमाने जेमती हम लगे सन्तसंतिया जगह जोटा कि हम ओडिया रखो, दैट इज द सन्तसंतिया जगह जोटा कि स्वाम्पी एंड मार्सी लैंड आम को, स्वाम्पी एंड मार्सी लैंड, सन्तसंतिया जगह जोटा आम को स्वाम्पी एंड मार्सी लैंड मेनली, राइट. Then we see the tundra अंचल माने एटी जस्ट एटी मु डिकोड करछि. तुंद्रा अंचल जदि मु कहबी, तुंद्रा रीजन is basically your frozen, completely frozen, frozen area. Tundra region is a completely a frozen area, tundra region, tundra region is your frozen area. फ्रोजन एरिया जदि मैं कहबी, फ्रोजन एरिया रे कौन हो, देयर इज मिनिमम ड्रेनेज, मिनिमम ड्रेनेज, तामाने पानी टा percolate करेनी, there is, or we can say water unable to percolate तलू को जाएनी है water seepage टा हुए तलू को जाएनी, so जेटी कौन हो water stagnant हो, so this leads to your stagnation of water है, stagnation of water leads to कौन हो CO2 when release करे है, so this is the methane case रे. Then chlorofluorocarbon कौन हो aerosols, ठीक अच्छी. Spray propellants, particularly sources spray propellants. Refrigeration and air conditioning mo देखुची है, refrigeration CFC जदि मुने भी chlorofluorocarbon, your chlorofluorocarbon, that is your spray propellants and refrigeration and air conditioning. Then plastic foams, industrial solvents and sterilants and medical supplies. Chlorofluorocarbon एथुर कोट हुए aerosols जोटा कि spray propellant हमें कहूचु. Then refrigeration and air conditioning है, refrigeration air conditioning भी है, that is much air conditioning में जदि हमें जो AC घरे यूज करचु है, कोड AC रोची घरे जो हमारे डोमेस्टिक रखोचु, कोल्ड स्टोरेज रे करूचु है, ऑफिस मॉल्स है, इतरे रेफ्रिजरेशन एंड एयर कंडीशनिंग. Plastic foams, basically plastic foams we have देखो plastic foams are also there, plastic foams रे. Industrial solvents also okay there. Then sterilants for medical supplies, ठीक है, sterilants for medical supplies, okay, sterilants for medical supplies, right. Okay, then we'll see sterilants means what are we, what do you think in your comes to your mind? What do you what is comes to your mind? Sterilants is in basically medicals, है, sterilants were the sterilizers basically. When it is used हला पर इतने सारे खोपड़ी दियंती sterilizers कोड़ा को sterilizers है, particularly that also creates your chlorofluorocarbon, that is highly dangerous. Even if there is an okay there is an case study or that where this deposition, okay, that giving a maximum your emission of your chlorofluorocarbon, maximum emission of your chlorofluorocarbon, right. Then also plastic foam mane just 1 second. Plastic foams generally we use in the particularly while spraying foams, when we use in particularly foams making industries, okay. Normally birthday celebrations or any of the celebrations we are making sprays, those are nothing but those are the plastic foam. They are also contributing. Even if we are जो perfume use करचु, deodorant भी use करचु, that is also your chlorofluorocarbons they are emitting also. Perfumes and deodorant also, they are also responsible for that one, okay. And if you see the aerosols or propellants mane, it for examples aerosols propellants mane, if we are here taking the examples of suppose rocket launching, okay, suppose we are taking the rocket ame jo chaduchu rocket launching, ठीक अछि. Rocket launching stations कौन rocket इतने जाऊँची तले हम देखते rocket suppose one rocket is moving, okay, one rocket is moving rocket launching रे, it is जो तमरो gases बाहर ची, these are nothing but your these gases are nothing but your aerosols, right. These gases are nothing but your aerosols, these gases. Next we will see the nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is also major, देखिए nitrous oxide Nitrous oxide is also majorly contributing. That is your fertilizer use, fossil fuel combustion, biomass burning, nitrous oxide mainly. Nitrous oxide fertilizers uses mane those particularly if we see the fertilizers means okay, fertilizers mane ame particularly if we see the urea, suppose let's say how kon hi paribo hela joda chemical fertilizer use mane I can clearly hear the chemical fertilizer hela urea, then urea पर जो तुम कौन कोई पर भी urea, next we can say the many NPK hela NPK content fertilizers, that is ke NPK re nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These are NPK fertilizers mainly. Then these fertilizers, these are the majorly contributing your pollution level. They are the major contributors in your pollutions. Fertilizers. Similarly, if we see the fossil fuel combustions, fossil fuel combustion जदि मु देखिबी fossil fuels combustion like your again that is your crude oil, okay, gas mane I mean natural gas, crude oil, natural gas, they are the majorly responsible for your fossil fuel combustions hela crude oil and natural gas. ठीक अछि. Okay, then biomass burning basically. Then biomass burning. Okay, but in biomass burning basically, biomass burning means your, let's say for example, nitrous oxide biomass burning means your, let's say cow dung, biomass burning. Then vegetative remains, okay, vegetative remains of what? It is just out from clear lekuji. Vegetative remains of plants and animals. Vegetative remains of your plants and animals. Okay, vegetative remains of your plants and animals. Okay, vegetative remains of your plants and animals. These are the main, you're responsible for your, okay, they are mainly responsible for your emission of nitrous oxide. जोटा कि आम आगु भी सेटा देखते N2O जदि मु कंपेयर करिबा N2O in terms of your GWP, in terms of your GWP, that is global warming potential. In terms of जदि मु कहबी global warming potential, okay, so CH4 is your nitrous oxide is much stronger than your methane, that we can say methane. Okay, so here students, here are the main what we have discussed, that how next class we will continue with this this climatic impact. Next class we will continue with this your impact of greenhouse gas. This is very interesting, and we are covering what are the contemporary changes and how it incorporates. We are also incorporating this one, and these are the gases where carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, they all are responsible. Okay, and एटा मन रखथिबो जोटा हमें डिस्कशन कले aerosols how they are aerosols are much more contributing. Aerosols माने देखियो जे they are contributing that one. ठीक अछि aerosols that is your propellants माने even if एबे भी देखा होची माने that is just I am giving one contemporary ये रे जदि हमें कथा माने से ये रे कंटेम्परेरी जोटा कि हमर सब सैटेलाइट छड़ा होची जेमति हमर की छड़ला इसरो छड़ला हैला इसरो मींस इंडियन स्पेस रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इसरो कोठी अछि दैट इज इसरो's हेड ऑफिस इज इन द बैंगलोर हैला इसरो जति देखो जो सपोज वन रॉकेट लॉन्च करहाला इसरो वन रॉकेट लॉन्चिंग जतले करहाला ओके रॉकेट लॉन्चिंग रे the gas that are emitting the gases that are emitting, those are nothing but your this chlorofluorocarbon. Even if there is a case study jothre dekha hichi chlorofluorocarbon can stay more time in atmosphere in our atmosphere. Even if हमें जो स्प्रे प्रोपेलेंट परफ्यूम जो करा होची सेटा तमरो कंसंट्रेटेड होची लोअर लेयर ऑफ द ट्रोपोस्फियर हैला they are getting concentrated in the lower layer of the atmosphere हैला lower layer of the atmosphere they are getting concentrated हैला मैं लिखुची they are getting माने these are the mechanism, just listen carefully, they are getting concentrated at the lower tropospheric level. They are concentrated at the lower tropospheric level, and slowly they are ascending. माने ऊपर को जानती, they are ascending. Just a minute. And slowly they are ascending off to the atmosphere. And slowly they are ascending off to the atmosphere. And these are the main thing that how they particularly these are the chlorofluorocarbon that majorly took part in the trapping the heat. जोटा कि वर्तमान केस स्टडी को होची कि ये जो CFC है ना, they are taking even if thousands of years पर्यंत they can stay at the upper level of atmosphere. Just remember. Okay, so for today this much. We'll meet again in the next week. Okay, and thank you very much. We'll continue with this very interesting topic, this one with the contemporary events that are happening. Okay, with this climate impacts of the climate change. Okay, thank you all of you.